Hi, my name is Clifton Wright, International Director with Momentis and Team Legacy. I just want to congratulate you and welcome you to the team. And of course, this training that's really intended to really teach you the 30-day game plan towards massive, massive success with Momentis. And we've got a goal here in Team Legacy of helping 1,000 families earn six-figure incomes with this business. And so, whatever your why is, whatever it is that cause you to make a decision to join this business, we want to make sure that you've got all the training and the support that's documented, that's proven, that will allow you to achieve your dreams. And so we also know that the key is being in business for yourself. That's why you got started here in Momentus, but you must treat it like a business. And so we know millions and millions of dollars are being made on the internet. So your Momentus business is an internet based business. So it's very, very important that you treat it as a business and you do everything that you need to do to achieve your goals. So we're going to outline in this training the step-by-step system that you need to use towards your financial success. And I'm really excited that we've got the proven success here in Team Legacy. We've got numerous people who have already made six-figure earnings in a short period of time with this business. And so you must understand that there's really only two things that we do in our business. Number one is we get some customers. And these are services. These are people that actually go to your website and enroll to become customers, including yourself, in this business. Number two is we actually build a team. And this is the most important part of what we do because it's all about leverage to be able to make that income when you're not necessarily doing the work. So I want to talk about these two things here on this training. Number one is the customers, right? As we get started, we need to quickly enroll some customers. I'm going to talk about the first 24 hours and, of course, the 30-day game plan in your momentous business. But I just also want to talk about the customer side of our business and knowing that we get customer points. Customer points is really what pays us and what promotes us in our business. And so, all these different services, you need to understand that you can have multiple points for the different services. And the most important thing is that there's some services that are what we call elite services. And as you can see, your website can count as up to two elite services if you pay for it on a 6 month basis or month to month. You get 1 point. If you've got an electricity customer or gas or EMS, direct TV, ADT security, and M Life, and so forth. But the key in our business is that every representative needs to go out and get qualified with three elite services. And of course, if you're in the UK, just go ahead and qualify with three services in your business. So let's talk about the 24-hour game plan and the most important thing in our business and getting off to a very, very fast start here in Team Legacy. And we know that this requirement here for your first three customer points in Momentus requires you to do it in 15 days. But of course, here in Team Legacy, we follow a system of getting qualified, get this new person their first three customer points, elite points in their first 24 hours. Very, very important that you follow that. And the minute they enroll, you've got the credit card right there. You want to let them know they need to go ahead and order three services right away and qualify for that first $50. And of course, you're in the UK, the first £50. Very, very important that new representative gets qualified first 24 hours in our business. And of course, you can do that with all the services that we've got here. The minute you've got the website up and running, you go ahead and order that service and qualify. The second thing is, we really want you to focus on the 30-day game plan. It's so important. One of my mentors told me that he made $3 million in 90 days. And I was trying to figure out what he meant by that. $3 million in 90 days. And at the end of the day, it actually turned out that he made $3 million in 3 years. But it was the activity, the work that he did in 90 days that allowed him to earn that $3 million. And so, what am I saying? I'm basically saying that you need to put everything you got into your first 30 days in your momentous business. You need to create that game plan and that story that's going to allow you to reap the benefits of this fast start in your business. So, what is it that you need to do in your first 30 days? Well, we talked about the first 24 hours of getting qualified, getting your first three customer points. The next part of that is you going out and gathering seven more customer points. So friends, family, people that you know, as you're sharing the business with them, ask them to become your customer if they're not open to the business right now. And of course, you're going to get the additional $250, or if you're in the UK, an extra £150. And this is really awesome because now you've just earned your money back. And so that's your 30-day game plan from a customer perspective. You want to do everything you've got to get that income, that money while it's on the table and capitalize with 10 customer points, folks. You can do it, and it's very, very important. Okay, so now you've got 10 customer points, you've made $300, you've earned your money back. And next thing you want to do is go out and start building your team. And this is building a team of people doing the same thing. And I just want to share with you that the reason why companies like McDonald's and Walmart and Tim Hortons have been so successful is because they've got a system and they've got a network of stores. And see, I want you to begin your momentous business with your end goal in mind. And that end goal is to have a franchise type system where you've got representatives, you've got outlets all across the world of momentous, whether we're in 3 countries or 10 countries or 100 countries, as we build your business. The key in our business is that everyone's gathering customers. Now, you want them to get as many customers as possible, but the system that we use is having everyone getting 10 customers. So let's talk about the system. In order to build big, you need to ensure you follow the system that our leaders have outlined for us. And so let's talk about our system. It's called the GPS, the Game Plan Success. Folks, we're telling you something that's already documented that have allowed many people to have already made six-figure incomes with our team. And so the GPS, it's programmed. It's called Route 1036. If you follow this, you cannot get lost. And so with the 1036, what do I mean by that? Well, number one is 10. The 10 is you getting 10 services. In fact, 10 customer points will pay you your initial investment, but we want you to go out and get 10 services in your first 30 days right away. And then the next thing is you go on and you build your team. You invite 3 people to join you in business. And that's so important because now you're going to turn that 3 into 6. The reason for that is that that's going to uh, promote you to what we call a senior director. Now, understand that you can get all 6 people yourself, or you can actually have each person enroll one. Folks, there's many different combinations, but the key is you want to complete this 10-3-6 game plan as quickly as possible in your first 30 days, promote to senior director. Now you want to make sure that you've got that game plan sheet, folks, and you need to go out and get a copy of this. And it's so important that you write it down. As soon as you sponsor your first rep, put their name in there. So let's say, for example, Mary came on board, Michael came on board, Sally came on board, and let's say you actually sponsored Sam. You want to write their name in, or maybe Michael sponsored Sue, or Sally sponsored Lisa. It doesn't matter. 6 representatives in your team in your first 30 days, you've completed the 10-3-6 plan. Congratulations. You're now a senior director. Don't sleep until it's done in your first 30 days. And now you're following the system for success. 10-3-6. And now it's time to go out and teach other people to do the same thing. Folks, it's all about senior director. In fact, your next promotion level after that is regional director. And how do you get to regional director? Well, you need to simply help 4 people now, once you've become a senior director, to become senior directors themselves. You need to help 4 people build a team of 6 and they become senior directors. That's why it's so important to follow the 10-3-6 system. Everyone getting 10 customers, sponsoring 3 people, and building to senior director. Now you're promoted to a regional director. And of course, 4 regional directors promotes you to national director and so on and so forth. And that's why it's so important you follow the 10-3-6 system. It's all about that, but it's all about exposure. So as you now start to build your business, you understand what the 24-hour game plan is, the 30-day game plan, and also what the system is. What are you working towards? And all you need to do now is go out and start sharing the business to build your team, understanding that not everyone will do it. So make sure that you discipline your disappointment as you're sharing the business with other people. Some will come right away and some will come later. But the most important thing, you need to make a list of every single person that you know. You do not want to prejudge anyone. You want to put a list of everyone, friends, family, neighbor, every person on your list. This is your one shot at getting your why, and achieving your dreams. And you want to make sure that you expose every person that's on your list. And so, how do you do it? You want to call them, you want to invite them to take a look at the opportunity. If you can sit down with them and share the information, great. If you can have someone partner up with you, maybe an upline or your upline regional director, national director, great. If everything else fails, you want to point them to a pre-recorded presentation, which is steps to legacyincome.com, where they can watch the overview of Momentus. If you're in the UK, you can have them watch steps to legacyincome.co.uk, and make sure you connect them with your upline, your sponsor, someone who can answer their questions so you can take yourself out of it and have someone help you build your business, folks, with Momentus. Understand that this is an emotional business, and we get excited about our goals or dreams and where life's going to go, but just understand that there's so many negative people out there. In fact, 70% of people are negative, and there will be people that try to distract you and talk negative in terms of other opportunities and the reason why it doesn't work, and it's a pyramid, all these things. But just understand, folks, that's the normal thing that's out there. And 95% of people, in fact, close to 95% of people are broke, and 7% of these people are negative and don't want to see you succeed. So you want to make sure that your excitement level does not come down, because that's where people quit. You want to stay plugged in to what's happening, keep your excitement up in your business and fight. This is your opportunity for financial freedom. And so, with that said, you want to make sure that you plug into our Team Legacy system. We do our training calls every Sunday night at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where you plug in and you listen to all our leaders who have done it and have a tremendous success, so you can learn from the best of the best on your way to financial freedom with your business. On top of that, you want to make sure that you join our Team Legacy mailing list at teamlegacymail.com, so you can stay plugged in and get all the communications and what's happening with our business. So, with that said, I just want to congratulate you for being a part of Team Legacy and being a part, certainly, of our Project 1000, where we will not stop until we help 1,000 families earn six-figure income and help families help themselves and change their lives with this momentous international business. Folks, thank you so much, and congratulations. My name is Clifton Wright, International Director with this amazing opportunity, and of course, Team Legacy.